Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and I am here with a review of the Excrawlers on the Nintendo Switch system. Now this was released onto the Nintendo eShop on the 26th of the 4th, 2023 from publisher Valkyrie Initiative, who were kind enough to send me a copy of this game for this video review, so big thank you to them for that. Now this is an action RPG roguelike game in which you will embark into atmospheric dungeons and realms full of monsters and madness. Now, I actually really like this game, and I wasn't expecting to be blown away by it, but there's some really cool things here. One, it's a very short game compared to other sort of roguelikes out there. You can get through the whole thing in about 2 to 3 hours, depending on your skill level. Now, next thing is the art style. It's got a very nice sort of pixelated graphical style. Blood splatter goes everywhere when you're killing enemies. I like how all of the different areas have very sort of different graphical styles in terms of, like, you'll have one which is like a dungeon, then there's like a mushroomy zone, and then there's like a really nice colourful forest and stuff like that. And I think all the enemy designs are really cool as well. Now, you'll work your way through these areas, fighting off like bosses at the end of each level. One thing I did like was there are also like side quests. You can interact with characters in each of these zones who have sort of side quests that you can and cannot complete if you don't want to, so you can choose to help them or choose to ignore them as you work your way through. There's also lots of hidden areas and secrets to find, which I thought was really cool. Downside, compared to some of the other roguelikes out there, they're not randomly generated, so you'll always be playing the exact same level over and over until you complete it. It's not bad for like one playthrough, but after a while it does get a little repetitive, especially if you're struggling with certain areas. But like I say, overall, it's done pretty well. Now, you have a whole host of things that you can upgrade. So you find these sort of like stones while playing, and these can be equipped to your character, which give you sort of stats boosts, whether it be defense, max health, combo damage, stuff like that. And there's upgrades that you can find. You are able to obviously upgrade your skills and abilities as well, and you can do totally different builds. I really like the dual arrow. I played quite a lot of sort of as far away from the enemies as possible, because if you get too much into combat, you do have a dash, but it's not like other games where the dash avoids damage. You can still take damage while dashing. So I tried to be as sort of ranged attack as possible while I was playing it. But I think it's really good. Like I said, the story's okay. It's the sort of generic sort of fantasy roguelike-esque story you'll come across. But it's a very nice little bite-sized game. Like, for me, I don't have tons of time to play games, and roguelikes, I don't tend to go for them that often because it's a lot of repetition and replaying, and you end up spending hours and hours. But you can easily get through this game, like I say, shy of 3 hours. If you do die, you don't lose a lot of progress. You level up your character, and that all stays. You also keep all of your stones as well, so it's very sort of light in the roguelike style, and I was all for that. Now, like I say, it's not perfect. The soundtrack, while being nice and each area having its own sort of music, it does get very repetitive over time, especially when you're replaying it. And it does start pretty easy, and then the difficulty ramps up in the sort of later levels, which is a bit annoying because you sort of get lulled into a very big false sense of security. But I had a good time with it, and like I say, it's priced at $7.99, so it's a very well-priced game for the amount of content you're going to get. Now, it's also available on other platforms, including Xbox and Steam, so check it out. Like I say, if you like you sort of slightly top-down RPG-style action slasher games with like light roguelike elements, big bosses at the end of each area, very unique enemies and stuff like that, can't go wrong with this one. But hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you soon for more content. Bye for now.